I'm such a secure woman when it like comes to him because he's proven it to me.
Don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay.
He's not gonna break up with her. She makes all the money.
Like I said earlier, false narratives.
So I originally had an entirely different topic planned for today. I was originally gonna go talk about Haley Beck. And if you don't know who that is the sister of a TikToker named Noah Beck. Why would we be talking about a random TikToker sister? Because the sister is a weirdo. But that's not what we're talking about today. Because I decided I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Does it have any business being near and dear to my heart? No, it does not. Will y'all be surprised as to what it is? You probably will. Because what business do I have being a die-hard Remy Ma supporter in the battle against Papoose and Claressa? Y'all don't understand. First and foremost, before I even get started on the entire love rectangle between Remy Ma, Papoose, Claressa Shields, and Easy, what your name? Easy something. That's the name of the little rapper boy that Remy with, man. Easy. We'll get back to it. I have strong positions on this whole thing. But I's a gal who been defending Remy Ma from time. Because y'all don't know, my best friend Nia fucking hates Remy Ma. In law school, like, what I tell you is a running thing for us to go back and forth about Remy Ma, because Nia just be like, she shot her friend.
Nigga, what?
Over like, hold on, let me call Nia. My friend Nia fucking hate Remy Ma, not just because Remy Ma shoot her friend, not just because Remy Ma shoot her friend over $1,000. It's because, contrary to what you may believe, like you think, Remy friend tried to steal $1,000 and that's why she shoot her, which, by the way, would still be crazy, to be fair. Stealing $1,000 from your friend is crazy. Shooting your friend over $1,000 is nuts. But nonetheless, what make my friend Nia hate her is the friend ain't even teeth the money from her. What had happened is at the end of the night, like Remy have a tab and she wasn't there at the time. When it was time to pay the tab, Remy wasn't there. She was in the bathroom or something. So her friend reached into her bag and pull out the money to pay the tab, to pay Remy tab. So there that she teeth the money is that she going in Remy bag and going and pay the tab that Remy was getting to paying anyhow. So Remy shoot her.
Oops, my bad.
Which is crazy. That being said, is Remy my bitch? She sure is. Although, my girl is not perfect. Because back when she was on Joe Budden's second show, I believe it was State of the Culture, I remember Remy having some very ignorant, internalized, misogyny kind of pick-me positions on that show. I remember watching that and feeling for Scotty being like, Jesus, my chest. But nonetheless, outside of that, sometimes you just gotta like not listen to your faves talk about anything important in order to keep liking them. That's all. Now, that's my thing. If you don't know, Remy Ma is a rapper who is still legally married to a rapper Papoose. I say rapper, a rapper married to a rapper, so you might like assume equal footing. I don't want that to be your mistake. So let me just be clear. Remy Ma is significantly more commercially successful than Papoose. Papoose is one of them rappers that niggas who into rap could be like, yeah, he can rap, rappity rap, but you don't know no songs by him. He's one of them, which is why it's very funny that he managed to fix his mouth to try to claim that he goes right for Remy, but I getting ahead of myself, all right? We ain't get there yet. We ain't get there yet. So Remy Ma and Papoose are married. This is how the law go. This is why it's funny that right now, Remy Ma and Papoose and Claressa Shields and this whole situation has been such a hot mess for a while that you think about them in association with hot mess. But at first, when all this started coming about, this was very shocking to people because Remy Ma and Papoose had one of them very celebrated, relationships in hip hop. Like, you really love her, Papoose? But this would actually happen, all right?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
This video is sponsored by Brevo, aka a tool I wish more creators and business owners actually knew about. If you're running any kind of brand, whether that's a YouTube channel, a small business, or literally anything where you need to talk to your audience, Brevo basically simplifies your entire marketing setup. You can manage email campaigns, SMS, even WhatsApp and live chat all in one place, instead of having to juggle 5 different platforms. What I like is that it's not just about sending emails, it's about actually building relationships with your audience. Brevo lets you automate messages, personalize your communication, and track what's working so you're not just shouting into the void, you're being strategic. They even have tools built in to help you create campaigns faster and smarter so you can focus on the actual content or business you're trying to grow. So if you've been looking for a way to level up how you connect with your audience and actually turn that into growth, Brevo is a really solid place to start. And you can use my link in the description to get 50% off their starter and standard plans for your first 3 months if you're a new user. You heard me? I said my viewers get 50% off their starter and standard plans for 3 whole months. So click the link in my description to get started today. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Brevo. Now let's get back to it. Remy Ma and Papoose was together. I don't actually think they were. I'm pretty sure they weren't actually married at the time she originally was arrested and convicted and went into prison. If my memory do serve me correctly, they got married while she was in prison, because that was like a whole thing that after she finally got out of prison, she wanted a real wedding because they'd been married, but not the wedding because she had to do it in jail. But anyway, when she goes to prison for shooting her friend, Papoose stays with her, which is a whole, that becomes the foundation for everybody thinking Papoose is the greatest man. Like, what a good man. He stand by her. Because the reality is, and it's so fucked up, because this is actually like a statistical reality. Like, most women who end up incarcerated they ain't even getting no visitors from family. The men that they was with ain't visiting them, ain't calling them, ain't seeing them, leaving them while they in prison, which is the totally opposite experience from when men get incarcerated, and they not only have their woman standing by them, but they have other bitches. They all on the fucking thing using they all on the phone, on the prison phones, calling all their other bitches. Because we know how life go, we know how niggas go. Everybody that hold Papoose in such high esteem that he ain't leave Remy Ma. On top of the fact that he always to talk about her very highly, which we saw constantly on display by the time she get out of prison and they go on Love and Hip Hop. And he's very like, black love hat, black love. Look at us. I love Remy. All I do is look out for Remy, love Remy. You know, love, black love. So they get married, and they have a baby that Papoose was insisting on having. And from what we know, like, okay, Remy Ma and Papoose are happily in love. They a couple ain't nobody worrying about. Then when you look, people start saying, oh, Remy hanging out with some little underground, some little battle rapper, some little artist of hers. This man who looked like a knockoff Papoose. Which... Let me just pause right there. Pause the actual story to just comment on the very nature of the fact that both Remy and Papoose are with knockoff versions of each other. Because first and foremost, let me just, no disrespect it. Well, Papoose ain't nobody, all right? In any capacity, right? But like, the concept of being married to a man and coming to hate his guts, like being sick of him, to get hit up to snuff, only to get with CVS brand version of him, it feels crazy. And similarly, Claressa is very much so a knockoff Remy, and not even just by accident, not just like, in the kind of genre of woman that she is, like, it's the same archetype of woman. No. Claressa is a crazy fucking bitch who's be actively trying to copy Remy, but we could get to that later. But let's be clear. Claressa ain't just a knockoff Remy Ma. Claressa is a wannabe Remy Ma, and that's scary and crazy, and we could get back to it. But I just wanted to point out, I don't see what we leaving our wife and our husband with just to be with other versions of them. I see y'all strongly have a type. Like, one thing we do know is that Remy Ma and Papoose attractions to each other was very real. Because look what they want outside just low budget versions of each other. That's all. So anyway, the rumor mill starts saying that Remy Ma cheating on Papoose with this man. And everybody, no way, it is so, can't believe such so, no. But mind you, they starting to see little pictures and different little stuff. And when you look, like, what has killed me is like, ghetto hot man stands. Like, if we could do fuck, like, it should be low. You know what I mean? When you look, we can get to the actual details, because Remy wasn't cheating. But we will get to that. Before we get to that, though, the nigga Remy was allegedly messing with, starts beefing with another nobody rapper, don't nobody know. So them niggas going back and forth on Twitter. So the nigga trying to get at him, say something like, this nigga in his feelings because his girlfriend at home with her husband right now, saying Remy, alluding to, Remy there. Now that's what don't make no sense to me. As far as Remy common sense go, these niggas you dealing with are not nobody. Ain't nobody watching they Twitter. Like, even with people even once Remy and Papoose caused this end up being a big thing and it's all over the thing, the tweet still had 300 like on it. 200. Like, the girl, if you could have just let that man talk to the wind and him and his 5 niggas would have know who he talking about or whatever. Like, you think anybody, think about this. First of all, Papoose ain't nobody. But let's pretend Papoose says somebody put it aside. Probably ain't bad. The nigga you messing with ain't nobody. I can't even maintain his name. You know what I mean? I'm like, I think it's easy something. I don't know what it easy is, but easy something. The man you with ain't nobody. Ain't nobody checking for him. Absolutely nobody knows what he's doing, what he's talking about, what his socials are, what his beef. Ain't nobody think about him. Ain't nobody seeing who he's subtweeting and rowing with. So you think if nobody know him, you think they know the nobody who beefing with the nobody and what the nobody who beefing with the nobody you fucking been talking about on Twitter and it's a subtweet? You think anybody know what the nobody that's beefing with the nobody subtweeting about? No. Even if the 300 people that was interacting with it, nobody is talking about. The larger masses still don't fucking know. But Remy gone right there and respond to it. Like, subtweeting was like, who you talking about, Dante? That's the nigga name. The man do what niggas do on Twitter. He immediately quote tweet that shit and he's like, oh, I talking about his married girlfriend. You know about her? You know who she is? And Remy's like, no, but I do know niggas who won't play about me. And you know what? Let me don't even use that kind of voice. Because let me don't even use that voice like Remy talking shit. Because we know when Remy threaten people, she's serious. Remy is shoot niggas. So let me don't even talk like she talking. No, she mean that. So Remy's like, no, but I do know niggas who don't play about me. But now you done put all your fucking business, you know what I mean? You done draw attention to this. Use your platform because you now responded to this on Twitter. Now people seeing this, right? So anyway, more and more talking. Remy ain't and clearing nothing up. When you look, people talking about, oh, how you gonna cheat on Papoose? And she do like on her Instagram story, like I have never cheated on nobody, right? But she don't say too much. People start speculating. We see them not posting pictures of each other no more. They ain't really posting up nothing. They ain't showing up to events with each other, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And increasingly, she be seeing more with this nigga. Now, it's crazy because there was a time when I had literally never heard of or seen Claressa Shields in my motherfucking life. And it's quite literally like the day they put her on my timeline, like the day that shit happened with her on the fucking posting about the text and her and Remy and Papoose going back and forth and exposing that Claressa's the side chick and blah, 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 blah. I ain't never been free of Claressa since, and I hate it. And I hate it. I can't stand Claressa Shields for so many different reasons. And it's mostly like on one level, sometimes I have to remember like I want to be clear. I want to like her, you know. Like I want to understand. I want to like any dark-skinned black woman who in the spotlight who's being like picked apart or anybody talking about their looks or anybody masculinizing them or bullying them or anything like that, right? Like I genuinely want to. But I genuinely, my heart of hearts, I think Claressa is stupid and mean-spirited and morally bankrupt. And like back to my saying, I be wanting to be on the side of people. Like she's young. Is she even a young or is she 30? Let me tell you something. I had a place in my life where anybody younger than me, I started dealing with them like they the equivalent of 22. Like, let me give you all the grace. You's a young girl. If you less than 32, you's a young girl. Let me give you some grace. But I said that to say in my mind, like, okay, this is a young gal, especially in relation to this old ass nigga Papoose. She certainly is a young girl there. And I always feel like young gals, when you young and you inherently stupid, niggas will have you for a poppy show. But on top of that, you could tell she's particularly green. Yes, you could tell she's very green. And she's demonstrated that to us in a million different ways that we'll go through. But the first indicator of that to me, that she don't be cooking, she don't be thinking is, I didn't know who she was, right? But like she's a very, 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 very successful female boxer. Not just like black female boxer, period. Very successful. So successful that they made a movie about her life. It's so insane to me that you would be generally unknown to people outside of your professional sport and you would get the opportunity for a movie and your like introduction to the public consciousness, like your movie about to come out and how you choose to introduce yourself to the world, to the public, is as a nigga side bitch or as his mistress or as the woman, the nicest version of what I could call it is a woman he fucking dating while he's still married. That's how you choose not only to introduce yourself to the world, that's how you choose to introduce yourself into public discourse. That's how you choose to introduce yourself into public discourse. And then that's how you choose to define yourself, like by your association and your love of this nigga. And that's listen to me. And in an embarrassing way, like it ain't just like, oh, you come out, you like you just popped out with Papoose or something right before you move. No. How it was introduced to us was begging ass text messages. Are you begging somebody else's husband to check for you, to be on your run? I need y'all to understand that at the time of them first text messages come out, and when she was online, when she first became revealed to us, and now she's trying to go back and forth. She's trying to talk shit about Remy online and claim Papoose and act like they so in love. That man still had the word husband in his bio. Not only he ain't filed for divorce, husband in his bio. He done take pictures and all. Like, that's a real ass to me. And I think fundamentally, I need y'all to understand. Before I even get to what the reality is on Remy and Papoose, why, I on Remy's side, because niggas would be like, I don't understand what your problem is. Remy moved on, she cheated on him, that's not the tea. That's not the tea. And we can clear that up in a second, but before I even get to that, so you understand my problem is with Claressa, is that she's an ass. It's one thing, first and foremost, I'm of this mindset, and y'all can have to feel however y'all want to feel, and shoot me with your big gun if you feel different. I don't give a fuck. I think it is insane, egregious to be running around claiming other people's husband. Hot take, or other people's wife. I don't care what you think. I don't care that you think they separated. I don't care if you think, they could divorce. I don't care what kind of love you think you in. I don't care. Be fucking for real. Somebody is, the man's still married. He have a young child with her. Do y'all understand? First of all, it's so crazy because Remy Ma and Papoose been together for half Claressa life, if not longer. But you running around going out of your way just to constantly, all this gal is do. She online just trying to let us know, I love Papoose. Like, she's making, I don't understand a person like, and like I say, some man ain't quite right. And we could get to the level of just not rightness on her craziness, but that requires me to go back to explaining why Remy ain't wrong and what the actual tea is there. But I need you to understand that's my fundamental problem with Claressa is that you running around going out of your way to not only claim somebody's husband, but to claim somebody's husband who don't want to claim you like that. That man don't like her like that.
False narratives.
And if you asking why he with her when he don't like her like that, it's because Papoose is a Joneser. Remy exposed it that he's a Joneser, but he show us that he's a Joneser. He with that woman for what she could do for him. The same way he all next to fucking... What has Papoose done? What has Papoose done since the Touch It remix? Touch It remix, marry Remy, be on Love and Hip Hop, say Black Love, now be next to Claressa, who he trying to dress like Remy, and who he trying, if Claressa don't stop trying to fucking rap, I would kill, let me tell you something, I would kill myself. Like, so embarrassed. Listen, you have a man. I don't understand crazy bitches who see more into the woman than they are into the nigga. Why? You have Papoose, okay? Cool, you love Papoose. You think Papoose is the bee's knees for whatever reason. Okay, I guess. Why are you trying to be Remy? You a boxer. This man just leave him and his wife, who he been with for 1 million years, in a rap, but they are a rap couple. They done split up. He been playing this silly, goofy, symbolic managerial role. So it seemed like he have something to do with Remy for all these years. And now all of a sudden, he with you and you want rap. You want to dress like her. You want to be in fur coats and you want rap horribly. That's not crazy. It's insane. And it's consistent with exactly what Remy say the gal was doing. So let's get back to it. So the people who like to be like, oh, well, Remy is ready to move on. Remy, she cheat. Remy's like, listen to me. That man was always cheating on her. Remy said this. She going on live. She put the video on. She explained this. She say that man was cheating on her from the whole time she was in prison. But because we have a misogynistic ass society that if men go to jail, we expect women, she got to stand by him. And stand by him doesn't just mean stay with him when it's a woman. Oh, the woman needs to be absolutely faithful to him. But this man is cheating, doing whatever he want to do, which, whatever, we can all have our different opinions about how permissible that is, if somebody in prison, whatever. The point is, he fucking whoever he want, and he was doing it even after she come out of prison. But all the while, he fucking her, and he fucking other women. He doing what he want. Remy has always been, even while she was in jail, she said she was still a financial breadwinner, having to fucking pay the bills. Damn. But she doing everything. He fucking cheating, doing what he want to do, all the while he crafting an image to the public as Black Love. He making his whole persona like, I'm a wife guy, I'm a good guy, I'm the kind of nigga, blah, 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 blah. Whole time, that ain't what it is. So then Remy have to go along with this image and perception, feeding into this idea that this man is so great, to the point of. She tired of dealing with him. She tired of this man. She knew what he wants. She tired of this man not paying any bills, not handling anything, just being a fucking parasite and a leech and a full of shit, a skim scammer, flim flammer. Jack him! Then when she get tired and she won't go about her business, and she want to finally leave him, and she done with it all of a sudden, now the media that he has spent years priming this black love thing to, now thinks she's the villain. They, oh, she cheating. Oh, she this, she doing that. And she's like, she ain't cheat on fucking nobody. She done finally leave this nigga. But then him, who always been cheating and doing whatever, not only does he get with Claressa, before I even get there, Claressa reach out to Remy, trying to be Remy, like acting like she want to be Remy mentee. Remy showed the DMs like, oh, this girl's reaching out to Remy asking for like advice and tips on how to dress and how to do this. You reaching out to a woman. You trying to be like her, get style tips, advice from her, all the while you covered in her mind. You fucking her mind. Now that you with her mind, you also trying to dress like her. You want to rap like her. Y'all don't see Clarissa's insane? Claressa is terrifying and plain sight crazy.
Are you not embarrassed?
So then when you look now, the media talking about Remy like, oh, she's the cheater. But on top of that, not just everybody's like general assumptions is to feel like that because, oh, they seeing her with another nigga and they know one Papoose to be together and they don't know anything else. Remy say, Claressa team actively feeding these news and these stories to the blogs, trying to make her look bad, lying on her. And Papoose telling Remy, oh, don't worry about her, do nothing about it. Oh, she just whatever. I just, I don't really fuck with her like that, blah, 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 blah. Papoose telling her what really is. And if you could have seen the text messages, if you could have seen the first ever set of text message we ever see from between Claressa and Papoose when that shit first leaked, when Remy first put everything out, you could have seen Papoose don't fucking like Claressa like that. So I believe 1000% he was telling Remy, oh, I don't care about her, I don't mind this, don't mind that, don't mind this, don't mind that. But when Remy finally get fucking sick of it, like, oh, y'all talking about her calling her cheater, making her look bad, she fucking blow up the spot. Ever since then, Claressa has been trying to waterboard us. Trying to convince us, like, oh, I love him, oh, I'm gonna have a bitch. You know how insane it is to be on the internet talking about how you want to get pregnant as soon as possible for another woman, still her legal husband, that she have a young child with. Are you nuts? Are you fucking? She's not only stupid. That's my thing. It's like she's stupid and she's crazy, but she has a wicked, sinister, like it's not just, oh, crazy, like, oh, she ain't making no sense. It's crazy, like bitches who want to do something to you. And while her hands are obviously rated E for everybody, Remy is shoot. Let's not we forget. Everybody's be like, oh, y'all remember Claressa could fight. Remy could shoot. And Remy do shoot. We know that. Never forget. But this gal is be doing the absolute most. Like, I'm telling you, sometimes I catch myself wanting to feel sorry for her. When I see people like, talking about outfits and all the cringe, corny, weird things she do that absolutely deserve all of the side eyes that be getting. I just want to feel sorry for her. Because like I say, I want to be on the side of a successful, talented, beautiful, dark-skinned young black woman. I want to be. But if she's committed to a life of bird bitchery, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And all this behind Papoose? Papoose? Oh my God. And then when you look, and if you ever doubt it, they say, oh my God, it'd be so embarrassing. They just be exposing her, trying to pretend like he buy her something. She's be trying to act like, oh, Papoose buy me. What Papoose could buy you? With what money?
Pat pays my mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
He pays my car insurance.
False.
With what money? What could Papoose buy you? Even if he could buy you something, even hypothetically, it would have to be post-divorce when he hopefully start getting alimony from Remy. That's the only way. What could Papoose buy? She's be lying, trying to make it seem, oh, Papoose upstairs. Papoose always there. All these different things. Only for Papoose to get up in an interview and come right there to ask him, like, oh, like, are you living with Claressa? Absolutely not.
Are you guys living together at that point or just dating?
Absolutely not living together.
Or are you planning to marry Claressa? Absolutely not.
Point, she kind of flashed a diamond ring, so people were thinking, oh, are you guys engaged? But I guess she said no.
No. We have bought each other gifts, but never a ring.
Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed of yourself? I tell you, listen, let me tell you all. That's the deal. Like, that's really, when I tell y'all, I going outside behind Papoose is just something I can't support. I just can't support it. If that's your husband, y'all understand Claressa is be going out sadder behind Papoose than the woman that going through a divorce with him. It's not clocking. Think about that. Claressa is with the man and managing to get embarrassed so bad, she looked crazier than the woman who married to him and going through it with him. Anyway, child, that's the story of Remy Ma, Papoose, Claressa Shields, and Easy Somebody, and that's why I feel the way that I do. If you enjoyed the video you just watched, it's your lucky day because you just found it on one of 7 channels inside my Olurinati-verse. Subscribe to Olurinati, my flagship channel, where you'll find my magnum opuses like If Pretty is a Privilege, Ugly is a Curse, How This Didn't Age Well Destroyed Media Literacy, How Men Become Aziz Ansari, and more. Subscribe to Olurinati Pop for my TV and film essays on shows like How I Met Your Mother, Sex and the City, Desperate Housewives, You, Euphoria, Insecure, and so many more. You can also join Olurinati Pop on Patreon to watch all of my YouTube videos uncensored. Subscribe to Olurinati Bites for short, serious, and nuanced commentary on whatever the internet is spiraling about. Subscribe to Olay and Chill if you're trying to laugh and chill while unpacking the latest TikTok chaos. Subscribe to Olurinati Politics for sharp breakdowns of the political moments shaping our lives right now. Subscribe to Olurinati Extras for music commentary and industry deep dives. Subscribe to Olay and Friends to watch your favorite Black thinkers and creators dissect the culture. Subscribe to any or all the channels in the Olurinati-verse that speak to you, and I'll see you there. And you can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky at Olurinati. And you can also follow Olurinati Pop and Olay and Chill on Instagram and TikTok so you never miss a thing.